Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cyber Angel, and today I want to talk to you about conventions. I wanted to give my insight on a situation that had occurred this past weekend at the St. Louis Crystal Fair. But before I begin, I need to explain a lot of things, mostly for the general public. Firstly, a brony is a person who is a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and includes people of every gender and a wide variety of ages. The St. Louis Bronies page is a Facebook page created by bronies and is used as a means of sharing pony-related content and creating meetups for the people in the St. Louis area. The St. Louis Crystal Fair is a convention for the same group. It is one of those meetups that is now held annually, finally. Sugar Cube Corner is a spin-off page for non-pony related content that was made and was previously admin by the person in question, whom I shall call Natasha for the purposes of anonymity. However, those of us in the St. Louis Bronies page know the person in question. Also, a few bits of disclosure. I am friends with the convention managers. My father's donut shop provided underpayment an assortment of donuts as well as donating an additional amount on my behalf, something that he never does. I also loaned video games to the convention for use in the video game room. I participated as a volunteer this year, a task that I later found out had returned benefits. I developed and printed the poster for the snack bar of the Crystal Fair. I have attended the Crystal Fair for all 3 years and have seen it go through its own set of troubles and seen it grow. Obviously, I have great ties with the Crystal Fair and may therefore be biased towards them. Please keep that in mind. Here's the full story of what happened. After the convention was over for the day on Saturday at midnight, several convention attendees got together, acquired the episode and the movie that had aired on TV during the convention, got some alcohol, and had an impromptu late night showing. An announcement was made to those still at the convention hall of this event. Natasha attempted to attend with her child, whom shall be called Alexis for the purpose of anonymity, and was asked to leave by the head of staff. This caused Alexis to cry. Natasha took offense to this and later made a live stream to complain about this to one of her friends. However, 90% of her stream was about the convention and contained obscene amounts of lies and misinformation. She linked her live stream to the St. Louis Bronies page and then used her powers as the admin of Sugar Cube Corner to post the video on demand version there afterwards. I originally did not want to watch the video because the initial audio quality was such trash, but eventually I did. Natasha is definitely in the wrong. Even before her live stream, the problem is clear. Natasha wanted to bring her child to an adults-only, non-convention event after midnight where alcohol was being served. Nothing else beyond that would have to be said, and many people have said the same thing. Who keeps their child up that late and then takes them to a party where alcohol was being served? The fact that a child was involved reminded me of an incident that occurred at the co-optional panel at Dragon Con in 2015, where people took to Twitter because they heard a child laughing in the audience. I can understand how people at the convention were angry because a child who was well outside of the target age demographic of the panel had taken one seat in a severely limiting 100-seat room for a group of people that could easily fill a 400-person room with just one of them alone. But there were people who didn't even attend who thought the child was annoying and should not have been allowed in. Personally, I didn't mind the child at all. And I would like to remind those people that it was at PAX East 2013 where a child asked, "Total Biscuit, why are you so mean to Jesse Cox?" and got a standing ovation for it. But those situations were completely different. In those, the children were not disruptive to the event. But Natasha's child, Alexis, was. Reports from the convention include complaints of Natasha abusing her child in public. I believe that it's more likely she was using harsh discipline in public, but nonetheless the result was the same. I still remember the several tantrums that Alexis had during the first Crystal Fair, making things a bit less pleasant. And I remember when I made a video with her called Amiibo Debate. While recording for the video, her daughter entered the room where Natasha was recording, became involved in the video, caused additional recording time because of her distractions, and forced me to edit around Alexis in order to provide a video that seemed a bit more professional. I honestly did not want to release the video because of this fact, because I felt that I was simply cobbling together a video instead of making a quality product. These are indeed examples of how a child can be disruptive. Originally, this was where my research ended. This was where my video was going to end. However, I watched her live stream and have watched more information beyond that. When Natasha did her live stream, she recorded it for her YouTube channel using something called Google Hangouts. This records your desktop. This allowed me to find out information about the person whom she was conversing with. She was also browsing Facebook during her broadcast and conversing with people in the St. Louis Bronies page while on stream, revealing their names and quite personally violating their privacy. This is a grounds for her live stream's removal, the violation of privacy. but it also suffers from another violation, the aforementioned misinformation, in which is too numerous to list, and quite personally, I could do an entire video on itself on each one of her inaccuracies, but I do not feel like listing every single point of contention that she has. She claims that her ultimate problem was making her daughter cry. But based upon the information that I have gathered, Natasha was more upset that her daughter did not get her way, and on her birthday, as if that mattered to the convention or its attendance. Originally, I was going to address Natasha directly, but I am now distancing myself from a person whom even some of her friends have stated that she stirs up a lot of drama at these things. The Amiibo debate video that I did with her, I have personally removed from my channel. I am no longer friends with her on any social media, and at this point, Natasha has become a joke. To put it metaphorically, she's the digital homicide to the group's Jim Sterling. As hard as she tries to justify her actions, the group's response is to laugh at her. Their opinion is that Natasha likes to be noticed and treats Alexis as a tool for those ends. I, on the other hand, think Natasha's world revolves around her daughter and thinks that it should be the same for everyone else. That Natasha was at the Crystal Fair so that Alexis could enjoy it however she wanted, regardless of anyone else. And at a convention of over 400 people, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Or the one. I'm Cyber Angel, and I'll see you next time.